Good morning, year 7. Did you catch me going like that then? Sorry about that. I was trying to make the kettle go quiet by doing that. Right, we're on week 9 spellings. I can't put a picture up on the slide of the spellings because obviously it's not a test if the answers are up there. So I don't know about you, but I'm desperate to go on holiday. Desperate. So I'll put this picture up. Maybe to give me something to look forward to, or maybe to make me even more jealous. Right, here we go. So as normal, books ready, or type it as we go along. I'll read out the spelling and the example. You pause, write out the word and the definition, then move on when you're ready. Then send me your answers and your score once you've done. Number 1, stealthy. Her stealthy footsteps could barely be heard. Number 2, stealthily. She moved stealthily towards her target. They're both the same definition, so just write the definition once. Number 3, purge. She wanted to purge herself of her hatred. I have a garage full of rubbish. I need to purge my garage of the rubbish in there, but the tips are open, so I can't. Number 4, afflict. He was afflicted by a terrible disease, but the spelling is afflict, not afflicted. Over the page. Number 5, ignominious. Sorry, got a bit close. Ignominious. It was an ignominious defeat that he would never recover from. Football starts this week, and Leicester are going to inflict an ignominious defeat on... Is it Watford? Ryan, is it Watford? I think so. Number 6, foe. Foe. He immediately recognised his foe. Beowulf's foe is going to be Grendel once he goes to hunt him down. Number 7, endure. Endure. How many more weeks of lockdown can you endure? Endure. Number 8, entreat. He entreated them to help him. I entreat you to get all your English work done this week. Number 9, discern. Discern. He could discern no difference between them. Number 10, bulwark. But I've never been sure how you pronounce that. Bulwark. The shield was a bulwark against the attack. They built at the seaside town. They built a bulwark to prevent the waves battering the shops in the harbour. And number 11, dismal. Dismal. The weather was bleak and dismal. Watford's performance was dismal in their 17-0 defeat by Leicester. Number 12, resound. The scream resounded through the building. It's not resounded, it's resound. It's just resounded in the example. Resound. Right, ones from previous weeks. Number 13, prosperous. Prosperous. If you study hard and do well at school, one day you will live in a big house, drive a big car, and be very prosperous. And it's about this stage I've forgotten. Are we on 14 now? Remorse. Remorse. Number 14, remorse. Once he had committed the crime, he was full of remorse for what he had done. Number 15, din. The creature made a terrible din. The banging together of the frying pans made a terrible din. Excuse me while I turn the sheets. What are we on now? 16? 16, valiant, valiant. Beowulf is a valiant warrior who has come to defeat Grendel. Flourish, 17? Flourish, flourish. With all the sunshine and rain that we've been having, the plants in my garden are flourishing. But spell flourish, please. Turn over. Number 18. Number 18. Can you remember what Danelaw was? Danelaw. You used to be able to, on the old map of England, you used to be able to draw a diagonal line across England. No, that one. Diagonal line across England to separate the Danelaw. So Danelaw existed from the late 9th century until after the Norman conquest of 1066, but what was it? Number 19, turmoil. After the explosion, the streets were in turmoil. There's been, according to some newspaper reports, there's been turmoil on the streets of cities in America and Britain because of the protests that have been taking place. Number 20. What does it mean to be pagan? Pagan is the word. The Celts were pagans, not Christians. Before Christianity, Britain was a mainly pagan nation. Number 20? 21? Hoard. Hoard. The dragon sat on its hoard of treasure. One of the most famous hoards of Anglo-Saxon treasure was found in Leicestershire, I've been reading, and as soon as the museums open up, it's in Market Harbour and I'm going to go and see it. The biggest hoard of Anglo-Saxon treasure found about 10 years ago, I think. Number 21, 22-ish, whichever it is. Colonise, colonise. The Romans colonised much of Europe. Britain colonised a third of the world during the Industrial Revolution. Colonise. Next, 22, 23. Cease, cease. Do not cease the spellings until I have finished reading them all out. She asked him to cease his shouting because she had a headache. Okay, going all the way back to Ovid and the Greek myths. What does it mean to convey something? Convey. The poet conveys Telemachus' grief through the description of his crying. I would like to convey to you how proud I am at some of your records of handing in the work on time every single week without fail and doing an excellent standard of work. I would like to convey my admiration of you, some of you. Peril. Peril is the next spelling. Odysseus' life is frequently in peril. And we've been about 25. Numerous, numerous. The crew have numerous dangerous adventures. There are numerous people on this beach. Mortal, mortal. The gods sometimes assist the mortals. Humans are mortal, gods are immortal. And next, I've lost count, as you know, about 27, 28, melancholy. Melancholy. She felt a tremendous sense of melancholy after she had received the bad news. After days and days of being forced to stay inside your own home and not seeing friends and family, it would be perfectly normal, wouldn't it, to feel a sense of melancholy. Okay, last one. Foreshadow. Foreshadow. The lion he sees a picture of in a book foreshadows the lion which kills him at the end of the story. At the minute, my son is reading the Ichabog, which has been published online by J.K. Rowling. And the Ichabog is a monster, and J.K. Rowling foreshadows the monster attacking the king. Foreshadows. That's it for this week. I hope you have a nice week. Send me your spelling prep, your spelling score, and your answers to the 4 pages of Beowulf questions. Have a good week, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.